Hello and welcome. My name is Bernd Engist. I am the Chief Evangelist here at Avantra, and I'll be talking you through the news around our latest release, Avantra 26. But first, a quick word about who we are. Avantra is a software platform, and we've been in SAP operations for over 25 years. And today, more than 1,600 customers, enterprises and managed service providers alike trust Avantra to run their SAP landscapes. Any system, any automation, anywhere SAP runs. Here is what's in Avantra 26. We've got 6 major areas of innovation, spawning AI, cloud observability, security, automation, and deep SAP ecosystem integration.
Let me talk you through a few of the highlights.
Many of you watching this have heard about SAP's Keep the Core Clean strategy. The idea is to move extensions and innovations out to the cloud. And for SAP customers, the first go-to platform for that is, of course, SAP BTP. Which means modern SAP estates aren't just ECC, S4, and HANA anymore. They are BTP too. And if BTP is where your innovation lives, you need to be able to monitor and operate it with the same rigor as your core. With Avantra 26, we're bringing deep observability of BTP services with automatic discovery and setup.
Everything you see in this orange box on the right will be available with the launch of Avantra 26.
And the real good thing is, and what makes it really powerful, this BTP content is delivered over the air, which means we can maintain and extend this content independently from the core Avantra release. No upgrade is required. You get instant, one-click and rapid updates, observability that moves at the speed of cloud innovation. But observability is only half the story. Avantra 26 also brings automation to your BTP landscape. Manage destinations, handle BTP user management, renew certificates, optimize integration suite costs, and control Cloud Foundry. Stop, start, scale, manage quotas, all from within Avantra. Whether you prefer no-code or pro-code, the entire Cloud Foundry Controller API is at your fingertips. Avantra is in the platform for BTP operations automation. And now, let's have a look at it in action and go to the product. Now let us have a quick look how the BTP integration looks in Avantra 26. You go to Systems BTP, and then you will find as a first entry point the global accounts. When you open these global accounts, you will find the sub-accounts. And this is all happening automatically, right? So the only thing you need is a service URL, some credentials, and off you go. And within the global account, you will find checks like costs, or you will as well figure out for the account usage, etc. So this is all on global account level, and this is as it was before. Now, the new thing is that we have more available on sub-account level. For example, here you see the checks which have already exist, but you as well see here this category new custom check. This is something added via our add-in library, so over-the-air content. And in the inventory, you will figure out as well that within the sub-account, we now better enumerate the Cloud Foundry applications, manage BTP systems, which you see here above in the tree as well, and as well as service instances and service subscriptions very nicely listed as a BTP administrator would expect. Now, the real advantage is that you have this end-to-end, that you can combine this everything within dashboards, etc., and automations too. Now, let us have a look at what we deliver in terms of the add-in library. If we go there and look for all the BTP-related plugins, we will find all these add-ins which are new with Avantra 26. So when you add these add-ins, you will later have additional checks, custom checks available for your deployment in your environment. Let us have a look at this one. And again, if I press new here, If I filter for BTP here, you will find all these custom check types which have been brought into this Avantra instance via the add-in library. Now let us have a look at some of these checks in action. One is called BTP sub-account. Let me type this correctly. For example, sub-account users. Yeah. And this custom check type is now rolled out to many different accounts here. Let us show the checks. For example, you will find that this check will give you all inactive users and users which have never logged on. Very interesting from compliance and auditing perspective, because surely you should clean up here. What else is with BTP? So let us have a look at the automations. Again, I'm going to the add-in library. And you will find as well here the Cloud Foundry automations. If I double click this, you will find a lot of different steps available and workflows available for this in this add-in. Yeah, and let us go to the workflows. And if I filter for BTP Cloud Foundry's app, you will find all these workflows ready to use to do BTP Cloud Foundry automation. Let us double click on this one. And you will find here, for example, executions, how I myself have started and stopped an application in BTP most recently. Now, why does this matter to you? If you're investing in BTP, and most SAP customers soon will be, you're building your future innovation on a platform that, until now, was a blind spot in your operations. Customer-facing extensions, integration flows, API endpoints. If any of these go down, your business feels it immediately. Avantra 26 closes that gap. You get a single operational view across your entire landscape, core and cloud, without needing to bolt on a separate monitoring stack. That means fewer surprises, faster response times, and the confidence that your cloud investment is protected from day one. And because we can automate BTP operations, from certificate renewals to cost optimization to cloud foundry management, every manual task that doesn't scale and every human error that could creep in is taken off your team's plate. For managed service providers, this is the difference between managing BTP profitably and managing it at a loss. Good. So that's BTP covered. Let's move on to what is arguably the biggest shift in this release. Let us talk about Avantra AIR. Introducing Avantra AIR, bringing intelligence, not just automation, to SAP operations. AIR does three things. First, when something breaks, you need to know why and fast. AI root cause analysis uses generative AI to interpret Avantra checks, explain the issue in plain language, and surface the most likely root cause in seconds. Second, once you know what's wrong, you need to know what to do next. Next best actions guide your remediation steps confidently, so you know exactly what to do to get running again. And third, when you start your day, you need to focus on what really matters. The intelligent home screen provided by AIR constantly assesses changes in your landscape and surfaces your top operational priorities. When it comes to AI in the enterprise, trust is everything. Avantra AIR protects customer data by design, not by policy. No customer data is used for training models. No data is persisted beyond processing. End-to-end encryption is standard, and Avantra is fully ISO 27001 certified with regular penetration testing. Your data stays yours. The early results speak for themselves. 60% reduction in mean time to identify. 10 to 20 engineering hours per system per month recovered. That capacity your team can redirect from firefighting to driving business value. And this works across your entire team, not just your most senior engineers. AIR is your AI co-pilot for SAP operations. It's live now with alert prioritization and natural language builder landing in summer and autumn 2026. And here's a preview of the intelligent home screen coming in beta this summer. Since it's not generally available yet, we won't be showing a live demo for this one, but let me walk you through what you're seeing on screen. Critical events in your landscape are constantly analyzed and prioritized so you know exactly where to focus. One click takes you to the heart of the issue, backed up by AIR's root cause context. Resolve, dismiss, move on to the next priority. And now let me show Avantra AIR in action. We are seeing here a dashboard of an S/4HANA private cloud system deployed agentless as it would be deployed in RISE. And we see that the number ranges check is critical. Now let us look this check up and look at the details. And we see here the result. And specific number range object is exhausted. It's used by 100%. This can cause a lot of trouble in the SAP system. So business processes really fail if something like this happens. Now, a junior technical consultant might be overwhelmed or would not exactly understand what to do. Now here, an AIR report has been previously created. So normally it would take 20 seconds to generate one, but let us look at this AIR report result here. First, we see what this check means. Then we understand why is it critical. And last but not least, potential next steps for investigation or resolution. And this is really what caught my eye, which I really like. You actually get the transaction number, where to go, and how to work with this transaction to fix a problem. Yeah, it will as well tell you what other resolutions options there are. Now let us look at another check, and let us use Avantra AIR to give us a detailed explanation. What about this background RFC error? So what you actually see here is a table of different inbound, outbound RFC records, which show an error here. Now let us generate an AIR report. And now this time we actually live generate an AIR report. So it takes a few seconds until this is completed, usually not more than 10, 20 seconds. Now we see it's finished. So let us click on View AIR report. And again, the same structure, what this check means, likely cause of the critical status, and again, potential next steps for resolution. Again, the transaction number, where to go. AIR provides more than just input to an LLM. It provides the context of the whole SAP system, and our engineers have carefully engineered the prompting to make really relevant results possible. Now, why does this matter to you? Your senior SAP experts are stretched thin, and every alert still needs a human to interpret and decide. AIR gives your entire team the ability to operate at senior engineer level. Fewer escalations, faster resolution, senior people freed up for the work that moves the business forward. Put the numbers in perspective. 50 SAP systems, 10 hours recovered per system per month. That's 500 engineer hours every month redirected from firefighting to proactive work. The equation of 3 full-time hires without a single hire. And you can adopt it confidently. No customer data used for training. Nothing retained beyond processing. No trade-offs between intelligence and security. Let's move on to our next major area, SAP Cloud ALM. With SAP making Cloud ALM the center of its application lifecycle management strategy, this is fast becoming a key part of every SAP's customer's future. So let's look at how Avantra integrates with and builds on Cloud ALM. A quick word on SAP for me before we dive in. We can also use the Cloud ALM integration to map Avantra systems to a system in SAP for me to support future functionality in ITSM integration with SAP. For now, though, let's focus on Cloud ALM. Let me start with our philosophy here. SAP's strategy for Cloud ALM is built on partner extensibility, and that's exactly where we fit. Avantra's strategy is to embrace and enhance Cloud ALM as a complementary partner solution. We're not here to replace it or compete with it. Cloud ALM owns the SAP application lifecycle. Avantra extends it and adds the operational depth around it, like non-SAP systems, hybrid use cases, and automation. Embrace and enhance. So what does Cloud ALM integration actually give you? It comes down to three things. First, consolidate. See your on-prem, hyperscaler, and SAP cloud environments in one place. Centralize notifications and reporting to reduce management effort. And for MSPs, all your customers in one place with the ability to integrate many Cloud ALM accounts across your entire customer base. Second, gain total visibility. Coverage of all SAP products, deeper monitoring that catches more issues, and Avantra's intelligence enhancing what Cloud ALM provides on its own. And third, manage SAP as an MSP. This is where Avantra 26 deep integration and multi-tenant capabilities come in. Add your entire SAP cloud landscape and keep it current. Map your managed systems to Cloud ALM and keep your ServiceNow CMDB in sync. All designed so you can monitor service delivery, manage license spend, and run Cloud ALM across every customer landscape from a single platform. And this isn't just a claim. Avantra is an official SAP ALM partner extension listed by SAP with silver status. You can see this right here in SAP's own ALM partner extension space. So here we are. With Solution Manager reaching end of life in December 2027, the question every SAP customer is asking is, what comes next? As a listed SAP ALM partner extension with silver status, Avantra 26 is that answer. And now let me finally show you how this actually works. First of all, let's go to the Cloud ALM integration first. So I open Cloud Services here. You see here a Cloud ALM system being set up. The setup is really very easy. You need a Cloud ALM endpoint and some credentials. That's basically it. We certainly have a few checks, so we check the integration in itself. But the most important thing actually is the mapping here. The mapping has been implemented in our runner UI. So let me open this one. And here you see the Cloud ALM being set up. Here you see systems managed in Avantra. And here you see systems in Cloud ALM. As you can see, we have prepared the SAP for me mapping as well, but we're not focusing on this one right now. Okay, so here you see managed systems in Avantra and the corresponding mapping in Cloud ALM. For example, you see system S4 public cloud here. And you see as well a mapping over here, alongside other systems which are being mapped to Cloud ALM. And this is multi-tenant. So no matter how many Cloud ALM systems you have, this will always work, even if you then in the end set up an integration which works alongside multiple Cloud ALM instances. Okay, so keep this in mind, S4 public cloud. And let us go to this system now. What you're looking at here is one of our managed systems in Avantra, an S4HANA public cloud system. Now, Avantra brings its own checks to the system, the monitoring we've always done. Here, for example, SAP application jobs or SAP public certificates trust. But there's a catch. Some of the metrics simply aren't exposed to us directly. Take the memory of the HANA instance on S4HANA Public Cloud. We can't read that ourselves. SAP, though, does surface it through Cloud ALM. Have a look at this one here. And you see this is actually integrated via the Cloud ALM integration. And this is where the mapping comes in. Because we've mapped this Avantra system to its twin in Cloud ALM, Avantra knows exactly which Cloud ALM system this one corresponds to. So we can reach into Cloud ALM, pull that HANA memory metric out, and treat it like any other Avantra check. Let me show this to you. I go to Configuration, Custom Checks, and I filter for Cloud ALM. And here you see this HANA memory used via Cloud ALM integration. So I open this one, and you see this is exactly the metric we have shown. HANA DB memory used gigabytes. Now let me add another one so you can see live how this works. So here I see all the metrics being provided. For example, the ELMA use memory gigabytes. You can as well choose where do you want to have the thresholds value from. Do you want to have it from Cloud ALM or provide it inside Avantra by value or in percent? And as always, Avantra works at scale. So you can deploy this check to many S/4HANA public cloud systems. And since you have provided the mapping to the Cloud ALM system, this simply works because we're taking then the corresponding Cloud ALM system to retrieve the data in the background. Let me press apply, and I can as well execute a test run on this system, press test. Now you can as well see it here. We're now having two metrics integrated in one check. And this goes with any other check as well. So if I filter here again for Cloud ALM, you see, for example, we have top table sizes being available via Cloud ALM, etc., etc. And that was our Avantra 26 Cloud ALM integration demo. So let me leave you with the two things to take away from it. First, one unified view across your full SAP landscape, no matter where it runs. And second, multi-tenant Cloud ALM with deep native integration into everything Avantra offers. Now let us look at our next generation automation experience. Avantra 26 puts your automations in the hands of your users, enabling them to act like senior SAP professionals safely. The enhanced automation execution experience is designed with IT operations users in mind, allowing friction-free ISO resolution. Track running workflows, manage fail steps, handle user approvals, all from one intuitive interface. The message is simple. Anybody can automate. Let me show you. Now what you see here is our new designed automation screen. You will see fail steps that require an action. You would see steps waiting in user input, and you see currently running executions. Now, let us start a new workflow and let us assume I'm going to maintain client settings of an SAP system. So let me choose the workflow, which is called BC maintain SAP client settings. So this is standard content delivered from our add-in library. I press execute. And what you see now is a brand new interface. It always begins by selecting a customer. You know, Avantra is a multi-tenant solution. You can have notifications here, which you can use or you cannot. And then you press continue. Next step is select the SAP system you want to maintain the client settings. In this case, we want to do it on an S/4HANA system. In this case, I do not have to enter credential key, so we can ignore this one because our default user has appropriate credentials. Sometimes you might use a different user here. Let us press continue. And now what actually happens is really magic because we are now reaching out to the system. And you have seen this was less than half a second. So within the automation screens here, so these new automation screens, we can actually run automations within the system by asking the Avantra agent, please give us the list of clients on this particular SAP system. So we now want to change client 100. Let's press continue. And now what you actually see here are the original settings. So technical people want to understand this kind of automation. It's called SCC4 because that's the name of the original SAP transaction you would normally use in an SAP system using SAP GUI to change this. And let us say we want to change the client settings to no changes allowed. Now press continue here. As a final step, we will see the summary, and let us press execute now. Now let us look at the currently running executions. Here you see it running, and I can actually click here to see the very details. And meanwhile, the automation has already finished. We can as well look what has changed by clicking this item here. And you see that successfully the client administration, as you see, was updated for client 100. And you see as well a summary of the changes. So that was demo number one, a simple one. But let us have a quick look behind the scenes, how this all works. So here you see the workflow executions, but let us open the workflows and navigate to the client settings workflow. So I search for client settings here. And what you see here, this is new, the new start dialog. And this start dialog combines screens. Let us have a look at such a screen, which is nothing else than the JSON representation. And in between, you see this step, get client details. And this workflow stack actually reaches out to the system to retrieve all the clients which are available in such a system. And this makes our new start dialogues a very powerful combination because it can combine screens and real automations to get data, which is then used in the following screen. Now, let me summarize and talk about why this would matter to you. Here's the challenge most SAP teams face with automation today. The knowledge to build automation lives with a few senior people, and the courage to run them lives with even fewer. That means automation stays locked up, powerful but underused. The new Avantra execution experience changes that. It makes running complex workflows safe and transparent for anyone on the team with full visibility into every step and built-in guardrails. The result? Your automation investment actually pays off because it's no longer limited to the 2 or 3 people who build it. For managed service providers, this is how you scale service delivery without scaling headcount. Put proven automations in the hands of your operations staff and let them deliver confidently. Thanks for watching.
Avantra is purpose-built for SAP, anywhere SAP runs. Avantra, now you're really running.